Victoria Beckham. I've got a new job, you know. It's not going too well with the music, so I've decided to come and work on the reception. It's like Blackpool Lights here.
Victoria Beckham, Nick Knowles, that's me, and Patrick Kielty are flying halfway around the world for sport relief. And we need sponsorship for every mile we travel.
I'm going 6,312 miles all the way to Peru in a pair of Dinah mules, and I need sponsorship. In actual fact, I need to be getting on the phone to my husband. What's going on?
Of course I'll sponsor you, darling.
Bye.
Mrs. Beckham is flying over 6,000 miles to Lima in Peru to meet 11-year-old Dinah, who lives on a rubbish dump. 3 presenters, 3 continents, 3 of the poorest children in the world, whose lives are being changed by sport relief. And we are going to walk a mile in their shoes.
Very comfortable, still pushing a bit of a look. Good morning. You can never go anywhere discreetly, can we? This is just a show. I don't normally push my bags. I've just got to do a quick bit of shopping. Got to buy some fingernail glue. I would hate for the people in Peru who haven't made an effort. Shut up, you silly cow. I think people had this impression of me that, you know, that I like all designer things and expensive hotels, and yeah, that's nice, but I'm only human at the same time, and I'm a mum, and I just want to help the kids, and I think you've got to really get in there to totally appreciate what these people are going through, and that's what I'm really excited about. Welcome to Peru and Lima, the misty city of South America. I've come to a place that is literally a dump. I'm meeting an 11-year-old girl called Dinah, who lives and works in rubbish. Now, I can't pretend I'm not feeling a bit nervous. I have no idea what to expect. Dinah's mum died 3 years ago, so she and her dad live here alone. Hola.
¿Cómo estás?
Hola.
¿Qué tal?
Muy bien. They don't just work on a rubbish tip, they live on it too. Me llamo Victoria.
Yeah.
So should we cook breakfast then? Breakfast is a cup of oatmeal porridge made with water. So I have 2 children myself. I have Brooklyn, who is 5 years old, and Romeo, who is nearly 2.
2 sons?
Dos.
Su casa de usted. Your house? What's it like?
My house. I'm very lucky. I've got a nice garden for the children to play in.
Is it nice over there?
It's very nice. I'm very lucky. This is going to be a lot harder than I expected. Dinah is very close to her dad, Alfonso. Dinah lost her mum 3 years ago. She died of cancer. Your mother's very beautiful. It's made Dinah's life harder than ever, and it is hard. So this is where Dinah and her dad live and work on an old rubbish dump. Years of compacted and burnt rubbish is being dug away by families that have no choice but to make a living recycling old glass and bits of metal. So this is what Dinah and her dad do to survive. Nothing could have prepared me for this. Fashion, shoes and makeup is my world. Or so some people like to believe. And yet here I am digging in the dirt on a rubbish dump with a penknife. So do you do this all day?
Sí.
All day long?
¿Durante todo el día?
Yes, all day long, from 7 o'clock in the morning until 12 o'clock, and then I go for my lunch. And then from 1 till 5, In the afternoon, I work and then I go home and separate the rubbish.
Cobre. De la medicina.
Sí.
Buscar.
It's just unbelievable, and there's a real... It smells like what it is. I mean, don't translate this, but it does. It really smells like what you'd imagine a rubbish dump to smell like, and apparently today is nothing. The people that were here yesterday said it was actually making them heave. It was that bad, and you can see where sort of like the animals are just basically everywhere. Basically, you know, I mean, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable, and you've got an 11-year-old kid, you know, rummaging through it. It's quite uncomprehendable, and she really knows what she's looking for. I'm here because I really want to understand what it means to be a rubbish picker with dust and filth in your lungs, and why our help is needed. And what's really getting to me is that I can go home, back to David and the boys, but these children can't. You see, without sport relief, these children are going nowhere. I bet there's lots of you sitting there thinking, what's that rich bitch doing asking me for money? Well, I tell you what I'm doing. I'm here telling you Dinah's story, so you can help Dinah and lots of other kids like her get out of this. Needles and...
Guante.
Gloves. Doctors wear them for operations.
There's lots of little bottles here that have had like drugs in hospitals. It's unbelievable how when we're at home we don't let kids, you know, if they touch something on the floor, we don't let them put their hands in their mouth, and then you come somewhere like this and you've got like kids going through hypodermic needles and hospital gloves, and it's like you just don't know what you're going to be treading on. I mean, I've got like big thick Timberlands on, and Dinah's wearing like a little pair of flip-flops. It's unbelievable. This really is no place for children to be working. It's a terrible health risk. So we're going in here now. Here we go. Hola. The local clinic sees so many children with stomach problems, parasites, and these little girls have got fungal infections. Oh my God, there's a baby in there. Hola. I can't believe there's a baby in there. With all the dust, this little baby girl can barely breathe. It's just not fair. When you think about, I think about how I look after my kids, and they have nice cots and nice new bedding, and it makes you feel really guilty, actually. I'm at rock bottom, but Dinah's strength puts me to shame, even if her way of cheering me up is a bit over the top.
You are beautiful.
Tú es guapa también.
Thank you.
Dinah is so lovely. She deserves a chance to get out of this. So she can sell it. Dinah is sort of rummaging through, and she knows so quickly what's worth something and what's not. She knows exactly what she's looking for. This really isn't work for a little girl. She's breaking up the big bottles. What is that? It's like a head of something. What is it? That is like a skull of, what, a sheep or...
Ese es del carnero. Del carnero.
What animal?
A sheep.
A sheep. And you've... This is just literally a bag full of bones.
They are burned and crushed to make animal food.
Dinah and her father are now selling the rubbish that they picked this morning down by the main road.
5 soles.
5 soles in total.
5 soles, nearly a pound. That means they can eat today.
4, 1 sol estoy arrastrando.
Now we're waiting for another lorry, but I can't quite get my head around this. They're saying something about buying rubbish. What is this? What is this? Surely they're not going to spend their hard-earned cash on this. Is this like a wind-up? I was just saying, I think that this is... I think I've been punked. What do you do with this now?
¿Qué cosa es lo que vas a hacer con esto que has comprado?
Smash it up, then he's going to resell it.
How are you going to get this home? You're going
¿Cómo lo vas a llevar a la casa?
Poco a poco.
Little by little, walking,
Uno por uno.
one by one.
It's a long, hot walk from the road back up to the house. What's happening with this one? Are you going to take that and that? Come on, there's enough of you. There's 2 more things there. Merrick? Seriously, you can't all leave that there. Come on. This is like nothing I ever imagined that people would actually buy second-hand rubbish. I said in the airport that I don't normally push my own luggage trolley. I think we've all got a few things to learn from this, to be honest with you. Now I'm carrying a rusty oil drum and I don't want to put it down. Spending time with Dinah really helps put things into perspective. It makes things that seemed important now seem pretty ridiculous, really. You ticklish. Got ticklish feet. There'll never be anyone to replace Dinah's mum, but at least tonight I can read her a little bedtime story. My Spanish isn't very good, okay? So you can laugh, okay? Erasa una vez un moriarano mia prope que tenía 3 hijos.
No tienes más que darme un saco y un par de botas. Y mi amo, el marqués de Carabás, se está ahogando. Socorro, sálvenle, por favor. Cántame.
Ah, see. You go to bed now and read the rest tomorrow. Go to bed. See? Good night. This place is so desolate and so desperately poor. Look at this. At first I thought it was people just throwing out their rubbish. But now I know it's people taking their rubbish to sell. Rubbish is the lifeblood of this community. Everything, and I mean everything, has a value. It's a real good reality check and it really puts everything into perspective. And over the past few months I've had so many people coming up to me when I'm out of the shop saying, "Are you all right? It's awful what you've been through." If that's my bit of bad luck, I'll take that with open arms. So thank you very much, because this it is bad luck. I mean, this is what it's all about. I will never, ever feel sorry for myself again. Ever. I will never have an off day. Another day and another stinking pile of rubbish. This time, it's fresh.
They are looking for things they can sell.
They like dive into all this rubbish. I don't know if you can see all the flies. What are they doing with it now? Are they going to separate everything?
Yes, we sort it out and then we sell it.
It's just incredible to see young children doing this. You know what, David would love these. These children are just like any other kids, and that's what's so clear to me now. They just happen to be desperately poor.
My dream is that I won't have to do this job forever.
Part of that education is practical, learning how to grow things on some land that the project has bought not far from her home. Yeah, I think that the money that Sport Relief is raising is great because it's teaching these kids a trade. It's very, very positive and good to see, even though the boom man has actually stopped this poor child digging his hole and putting his... Look, poor thing's trying really hard and you've got your backside in his face. He doesn't deserve that. So I'm going to paint her nails for her, just like I do for my niece at home. Okay. It just goes to show you that wherever you are in the world, a little girl's a little girl. Dinah is... She's like any normal kid. She works hard, she wants to learn, she wants to play. Well, I think that the boys at school are going to be very impressed. She has a terrible life here, really terrible. And what she does to earn money is... You can't even imagine how awful it is unless you're actually here, seeing it and smelling it and getting the dirt up your nose and feeling as filthy as I do now. Okay, you have to let them dry for a few minutes, wave them around, let the air get to them. These kids have so much hope, and we can give them a chance by giving them a future and sending them to school and helping them to get good jobs so they don't have to live like this. Gracias. You're a very brave little girl. Very, very brave, and you work hard. And good luck at school, okay? Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, thank you so much. Gracias. Ciao.
I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now.
Bye. I don't want to go off.
In all the roads we have to walk winding.
I feel so terrible leaving. I'm looking forward to getting home and seeing my boys. I've never ever missed them so much. I just want to cuddle. I just want to take her with me. I feel absolutely devastated to be leaving her. But I didn't want to get emotional because I knew she was getting upset and I didn't want to make it any worse. But she's such a special little girl, she really is. And she works so bloody hard, you know. And I'm sitting here with a Saatchi makeup bag, it's ridiculous.
I knew the pathway like the back of my